Okay, now since everything is set, thank you so much everybody for waiting and thank you for your patience. We, technical? Technical, we have technical from UFA Philippines. Scrutiny please.
Thank you for the floor, Ms. Chair. AJ from UFA Philippines. Can we get the outlets working? The outlets here in the back don't
The
work.
socket?
Yeah. the
Thank you.
socket.
Thank you.
Thank you for the floor.
Yeah, thank you for informing us. We'll ask the chairperson of the PPS just to clarify if you need it right now. Yes, urgently. Okay. We have Naomi. There's no standing order, so you yeah.
I've got a working one next to me, so just while we get started, if you want to plug in your laptop out here, I'll make sure.
Do you need to use your laptop? And okay. Okay.
Hello. Can we check on this? If your socket is working, please raise a green. If not, a red. Oh, your socket is not working as well. How about this? Is your socket working? No emotion cards? Oh, no socket in the middle. Confirm if Evelyn is in the room. Oh, Evelyn is in the room. Putri? Rani? Hosea? Okay. We are working on the technical right now. We are asking for your patience and understanding.
just can't find my socks.
All right. While we're waiting for technical, very. I'm just letting you know that today you all have to turn into a singer. We do have a PSF song. I need to train during lunch, and I will send you the video to practice. But so today, once we have finished with all the motions, we will have something called other businesses, where you'll be having an opportunity to take the floor, and it shouldn't be so official, which means you can still, it will be rest like to the parliamentary system, and you can, thanks your colleagues, thanks member organization that you feel like you've been working together with, and also express your feelings or your final remarks before the mandate change. And after that, we'll be singing the song for IPSF song.
Looking for stuff.
Fax. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Yep.
All good. Thank you so much. Okay. We also will have alternative extension coming. So if you need it later, please feel free to raise some technical again. All right, now I would like to pass the floor to Mr. John Moises Ticaras for roll call.
Thank you for the floor, Mrs. Carter, IPSF APRO Secretary. Now we are doing the roll call. NAPS Australia, MAPS India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPSA Malaysia, and SAPSO New Zealand, FJC PPHA Philippines, KNAPS Republic of Korea,
Coming.
PPHSF Pakistan delegated a vote to KNAPS Republic of Korea, NUSPS Singapore, PISA Thailand.
Here.
Now let's move on to the members in association. BDPSC Brunei Darussalam, SIPSF India, BMF UI Indonesia, BMF Unir Indonesia, BM Kerfa Umpat Indonesia, BM KMFA UGM Indonesia, BMF USD Indonesia, HMF APITB Indonesia, UOPM MSU Myanmar, APSA New Zealand, HUVA Philippines, PSA Taiwan. Strength of the House is 11, simple majority will be 6, 2/3 of the vote will be 8, full members present in this room 10, members in association 12. Can the full members please raise their voting cards? Scrutineers? Again, please raise your voting cards. Thank you. Now I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for the roll call. Now I would like to ask if we can resume the standing orders. Any proposer? Oh, sorry. Can we do it one more time? Proposer, FJCB Chair Philippines. Seconder, and SAPSO New Zealand. Now I'm opening the floor for discussion. I see none. Closing the floor for discussion. Now we are proceeding to voting. All those voting for? Against? This motion is carried unanimously. Standing order is resumed. Next motion, motion 58. The 26th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly elects the following candidates as the regional relation officers of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for the 2024 to the 2025 mandate. We are now calling the candidates up on the stage. First, we have Mr. Gava. Next, we have Evelyn. Please allow us 1 second. We are setting up the timer. Just a reminder that the nominee will have 3 minutes. Gava, if you're ready, we will be giving you the signal once the 3 minutes has reached, and we can access the floor. All right, if you're ready, the time will start once you begin your speech. The floor is yours, Gava.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Hello, APRO. This is Secretary I'm from BMGAC Education, and I'm here today to talk about what I think we add future art. I strongly believe that communication and efficiency skills are the two most important skills an art have. They are our own to maintain communication throughout the region.
Sorry, Gava.
Yep.
Technical from the room. I would like to ask if you have any other source of microphone.
Yes.
Now it's better. Now it's better, right? Green, can I see a motion card? Could you try speaking again?
Okay. So should I put it from here?
No, could you just say something?
Okay. Hello, APRO. Hello.
Yes or no? Yes?
Hello.
Yes, okay, good. Sorry. Please begin your speech again. The time will start once you start speaking. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Hello, APRO. My name is Matik Alwason, and you can call me Gamba. I'm from BMGAC Education. I'm here today to talk about what it means to me and future art. I strongly believe that communication and negotiation are two most important skills an art should have. They are all to maintain communication throughout the region, also to give information to speakers, but also to enhance collaboration, both within member association and also to excellent partners. This should be built on following the path that we're heading. That's just expands on where everyone wants to go. This raises the question of what exactly are we to do? As our own site for following obvious the income chain with vision, I visualize not just robust collaboration within member organizations, but also a vigorous partnership with many extra partners covering into professional field and also caring development. All of these ideas based on internally established and externally respected. Even though I have never held civic position, I've learned that people need to be detected from doing their responsibility. Through my previous involvement as part of international subcommittee, I learned that communication is the key point in collaboration. As this collaboration is needed to further elevate our potential both as member organization technically, but also APRO as a group. My friend was a PP once told me that PP has the responsibility for all information thoroughly given to them, but also selecting those that fit by the member organization. That is why I'm proposing to create the different tribes of CC and RWG information system I believe this will help CP2 easier to locate files or any document necessary to carry out the review. While integrating our existing internal directory, I also aim to expand partnership and many collaborative projects, as well as maintaining our partnership obtained from previous members. This partnership I hope will amplify every APRO member's potential by joining internship or any training program. From my experience as part of extra communities and very important, I wanted to learn from how we can approach partners to how to observe that partnership. In this chance, I also make direct connection with support the economic development very fair activities. I believe to proceed internally study, everyone must have and want to able to graduate, everyone needs to be welcome here and we need to hold hands to study. Because without that, I believe that we can't take a certain step. So, in my opinion, we have to start now. We have to start this establishment.
Thank you, Gava.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to pass the floor to Evelyn. Ms. Evelyn, the floor is yours. The timer will start once you start speaking. Thank you.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Good morning to the Regional Assembly. My name is Evelyn Nicole Iman, and I'm from BEMFF Junior Indonesia. This time, I'm applying for the position of Regional Relations Officer. As an RRO, I envision a connected APRO with projects that are accessible to our members. To achieve this, we first have to analyze what are the foundations of our projects. Having spent 3 years within APRO as an internal sub-coordinator, a previous CP, and also a IPSF incoming chairperson, I've realized that there are 3 building blocks to APRO's RRO portfolio. The first building block being our member organizations, which are represented by our CPs and SEOs. Secondly, our RWG, which are supported by our subcommittees. And lastly, our APRO external partnerships. With these building blocks that are the foundation of our projects, in my mandate, I am planning to initiate projects that are connecting the 3 building blocks so that we can have a more productive and also better projects in the future. And to do this, I have 4 steps that are implemented in my plans. The first one being developing and also training our member organizations and also internally our subcoms. I am doing this through projects such as CP training, subcom training, and also APRO mentorship program. And secondly, we have to promote our member organizations projects and also the projects of the regional office, which I'm planning to do with projects such as APRO Collaboration Showcase, APRO Spotlight, and also APPS and GPPED forums. And thirdly, we have to expand the membership reach of the regional office and also increase the accessibility of our projects and external events to IPSF APRO members through initiatives such as reaching out to member organizations from countries that has not yet been reached by IPSF APRO, and also conducting APRO delegation training to prepare our external delegations to projects or initiatives such as the World Health Assembly. And lastly, we have to increase the brand recognition of APRO within our region to aid in the partnership to aid acquiring partnerships within the regional office. We can do this by implementing projects such as APRO Prospectus, APRO Branding Video, and also APRO Connect. With these plans, in my mandate, I plan to create a more connected
Thank you,
APRO.
Evelyn. 3 minutes for each nominees has been passed. Now we are opening the floor for discussion. Parliamentary assistant, please. Evelyn, you can stay on the podium since the other nominee is from online. All right, now proceeding with the first open discussion. We are passing the floor to a delegate from BMFF UNER. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Karin from BMFF UNER Indonesia speaking here. First of all, I would like to say thank you for both the nomination for the presentations. How do you think your previous experience in IPSF and IPSF APRO will help you in the RRO positions? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to the first nominee, Ms. Gavas. The floor is yours. Gava?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Sorry, can you clearly hear my throat speak?
Technical? Could you pause the timer, please? We have a technical from Gava. Gava, could you hear the room?
Yeah, now I can hear your voice.
Just to confirm with you, if you heard the questions.
Yes, Chair, if I may, please repeat the first part.
Therefore, I would like to ask a delegate from BMFF UNER to repeat your question one more time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. Karin from BMFF UNER Indonesia speaking here. So my question is, how do you think your previous experience in IPSF and IPSF APRO will help you in the RRO position? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for the comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you for the question. So, from my previous involvement in IPSF, I would like to highlight because both my previous experience within Intervention Subcommittee and also External Committee, which both benefit my strategy in flying for RO, from becoming the involved in the IPSF distribution, thus strengthening my motivation and developing the external relation in the region and also in the internal subcommittee. That also benefits me as the RRO because my involvement within the internal relation outcome get me in touch with the CP. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Thank you for the question, BMFF UNER Indonesia. So for my past experience in IPSF, that is gonna help me in my position as an RRO. I have three past experiences that can help me in this position. The first one being a past CP, the second one being Vice Chairperson of SEP Incoming for BMFF UNER Indonesia, and lastly, an internal sub-coordinator. So for the first experience, before I became a CP for BMFF UNER Indonesia, I was actually the one spearheading BMFF UNER Indonesia's application to IPSF, which in that position, I was able to go through the whole process of applications. Hence, in the position of an RRO, I can then guide and help the new member organizations from countries that are applying to become an MIA in IPSF, because I have had the previous experience of preparing my constitution of BMFF UNER, and then preparing the presentation materials, and also implementing CP and SEO into our organization. And in my experience as a CP, as a new CP for a new member organization, we have had the main problem would be the resources that are still limited for a new member organization. So in my as a contact person, I only had 3 staff who are helping me with IPSF related duties. And with that, I have to be resourceful with how I delegated my task, and this is going to be helpful for my mandate in the future as an RO, because as a CP, I also am very aware of the CP responsibilities that you guys have to perform, and that is why in my mandate, I'm also planning to assist you guys in fulfilling your responsibilities by implementing APRO Master Sheets, which is one of my projects that is aimed at helping our CPs to basically have a one-stop link where you can access everything you need as a CP, which is first the CP deliverables tracker, where you can access all of your deadlines, which will be updated in a regular and timely manner. And this is complemented by the monthly reminders. Why am I introducing APRO Master Sheets? Because by using sheets, we can always give you a more updated timeline of your deadlines, so everyone can do it beforehand. And the main problem with monthly reminders is that we have to compile a lot of deadlines first before we can send it to our CPs. But with using sheets, we can always update it whenever a new task or a new deadline comes. And not only that, the APRO Master Sheets would also include CP information, MO information, and also SEO's information. So you guys, if you want to do inter-association collaboration, if you need contacts, you can just access that master link, and you can already just contact the association you're targeting. And then lastly, in the master sheet itself, I would also have the templates which the CPs need, such as the activity reports, the CPCL, and also the invitation for RWG, which is why I'm implementing this project. And lastly, as a previous vice chairperson of SEP, I've realized, especially as a first time conducting SEP as a new member organization, that there will be problems during the application process. And as an RRO, I believe that this is my duty to also guide you guys and help new member organizations that are interested in conducting SEP. And hence, in my plans, I'm gonna conduct APRO SEO meetings and also APRO SEP highlights, where new member organizations and older member organizations that are conducting SEP, they can promote their programs and events with 2 periods of promotions in IPSF APRO Instagram account. First is during the registration period of the winter SEP, and also another one during the summer SEP. So this is my plans to help both CPs and SEOs during my mandate with the previous experiences I've had within APRO. That is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. We have a procedural from the floor, and it's up to New Zealand.
Hello, procedural motion to limit the answers of the questions to 30 seconds per candidate. Thank you.
30 seconds per candidate. I would like to ask if that's okay. If yes, please show green. If no, please show red. Yes, for 30 seconds with the majority, we need a seconder. FJCPPHI Philippines seconded. Now I'm opening the floor for this points of order. Scrutiny.
Thank you for the floor to motions committee. So limiting the time of speech is not a procedural motion. The chair can assess the floor with the motion cards and decide. Procedural motions only for limiting the overall time of debate for a certain motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Then we are proceeding, which is assessing the floor. Once again, I would like to ask if 30 seconds would be enough. Just want to confirm if 30 seconds or 1 minute would be okay. All right, but because as per experience and also the time with interest, 30 seconds might be very limiting. So, yeah, just want to ask again. Now I'm asking with the questions if 1 minute is okay. with the green, the majority green. Thank you. So we are now limiting the time of the answer to 1 minute for both candidates for this election. All right, resuming the time. Now we are moving forward to the questions from NZAPSO New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. I would just like to ask, in your applications you both discuss helping members in the association become full members. I was wondering how you would handle if a member in an association wanted to take over the full membership of another full member from the same country. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. 1 minute, please.
Thank you for the question, and thank you for the floor, Chair. To do this, we would first have to conduct meetings between the two organizations and analyze whether the new applying member organization actually has the three qualities that we seek in a full member. So the three qualities are: first, the amount of members in each organization; secondly, the activeness of the organization within IPSF; and lastly, the financial stability of the member organization. So first, we would have to analyze that first, and as an RRO, this is my duty to communicate with the member organizations as well. And if we do find that the new applying member organization is the more suitable organization for the full membership, then we would have to conduct several meetings with the current holder of the full membership application for this new application.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the question from NZAPSO New Zealand. Now, I would like to ask the question, I think you need to evaluate first the necessity of the application of full members itself. And by taking the previous full members, we need to consult with the organization first, the current organization first, whether they agree or not. And before the proceeding to that event, we need to first based on the membership and also the activeness in IPSF and also the membership, the fee involved in the membership. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to move forward to the next question from a delegate from Ismafasi, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I want to ask both candidate about this. Do you have any evaluation for this mandate IPSF, and what's your plan to solve it if you got elected? Okay, I think that's all.
You can only have one question, so if you could limit it to one question, please.
Okay, right. Okay. So my question, I think I got the. Do you have any evaluation for this mandate IPSF?
Thank you. Since we only have 20 seconds left, I would like to ask the floor with the emotion cards, if you can extend it to 10 minutes, please. 10 minutes to another addition. The majority, yes. Now we're adding 10 minutes to the election time. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava to answer the questions from Ismafasi, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you for the question. For me, I think the evaluation firstly focusing on teacher training and also the speaking factor, because I was involved in the translation technology, obviously. And from that, I need there are several things that can be asked to eventually elevate the potential of the members itself. Apart from that, I also would like to add another thing, maybe like focusing on the deadline given by the project, because maybe in my opinion, that's not really necessary for evaluation, but I think we need to coordinate even more deeply with other people portfolio, because that's also needed to support our portfolio.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Thank you for the question. It's Mafarsi Indonesia. So as an internal sub-coordinator, I believe in my mandate, the problem lies in the task delegation to our subcommittees. So I believe that the current task delegation does not really use the maximal potential of our subcommittees because we have a lot of subcommittees. However, the project or workload they have currently right now is not sufficient enough or mirrors their capabilities within as an RO subcommittee, which is why in my mandate I'm implementing a commitment sheet for our subcommittees where they can then fulfill the projects that they are interested in, so they can lead that project, and then they can also put in their active timeline, the timeline where they can be active as a
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from Ms. Mafasi Indonesia for the question.
Yes, thank you, Chair, for the floor. I am Firman from Isma Farsi Indonesia. As RRO, you need to communicate with the members, right? So how can you communicate with members that have language barrier? For example, in this matter, I am not fluent enough, I think. So what's your plan to deal with members like me? I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn for your answer.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question. It's Mafarsi Indonesia. So for this problem, as an RO, we have our subcommittees where our subcommittees comes from different nationalities, and as I've said, they have their own capabilities. And in this problem, with foreign languages, we can utilize our subcommittees to help communicate with these member organizations. And if we do not have a subcommittee that can talk in this language, as an RO, it is my duty to try my best in communicating with these member organizations, whether it's through using Translate or using connections where my connections do understand the language. I can ask for help from those connections to then communicate with my member organizations. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Tagava. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for the question regarding the foreign language issue. My opinion, in the 21st century, supposedly foreign language is not really an issue because we now do have AI, and we can actually use the AI to help us in our work. And apart from that, I actually agree with candidates' opinion regarding to exerting the language, the mother language from English.com to communicate. But if it's to me, because it's not we don't have a sound that has that language, and then it becomes me to communicate with that organization using AI or any other means, or any other technological means that support the communication. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from BMKMFA UGM for your questions.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Chelsea from BMKMFA UGM Indonesia. I would like to ask a question. So, considering the packed timeline and the long list to be done by the RRO, please specify responsibilities or any educational plan throughout the next mandate. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the call regarding the timeline and the plan that we need to carry out simultaneously for you. I don't have any other specific timeline apart from my upcoming mandate if I get elected. That's all for me.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. Ms. Evelyn, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, BMKMFA UGM. So as for the PAC timeline and what are the educational programs I'm implementing in my mandate, as I've mentioned, I'm gonna implement CP training, which I will be doing 3 sessions of CP training focused on the basis of responsibilities of a CP, which is first to conduct the basic things such as email etiquettes and also activity reports. And then secondly, I would then train them regarding the project implementation, project management, and also creating a project report. And lastly, the inter-association collaboration, which I know is a very important thing for a CP. Hence, those are the educational projects that I'm implementing in my mandate. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from NZAPSO New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the
clarification.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Chelsea from BMKM FAEGM. I would like to clarify that the previous question, that it is not the educational plan within the RRO program, but the educational plans and the other responsibilities of the candidates.
Clarification, this is not a clarification, it's a direct, so if you could submit the direct comment, please.
Okay.
There's a direct from a delegate from BMKMFA UGM. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. I would like to, repeat the question. I would like to ask regarding the educational plans and other responsibilities other than the one of the RRO. Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the Chair.
Just to repeat, that the question is asking how the nominees will work on their educational plan together with the position. I get to confirm. Therefore, I would like to pass the floor to Ms. Tumisagawa first to answer these direct questions.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the recommend. So for my educational plan, actually, I would like to add because I really hear the question about the educational plan. So for the educational plan, I'm actually conducting a project that's becoming my thesis for my bachelor degree. I think that's all. And I'm also planning to not taking any internship within the next 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the confirmation. So in my mandate, I will be, for my educational plan, I will be doing an exchange to Canada for 4 months. But I have taken this into account before nominating us on this position. So the time difference between Asia and Canada is 11 hours, which is perfect for remote work. And I believe that this is not a liability for me in this position, because in my exchange, the workload would actually be less than compared to in my current study program. And after those 4 months, I will come back to Indonesia as well. So I'll be back in the regular time zone of the Asia Pacific. And also, I believe that the only limitation is time difference, and it's something that can be handled with proper time management. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now both candidates have an answer to the direct comment. I'd like to go back to the new comment, please. Now the time is up. We'd like to assess the floor if you would like to add another 10 minutes. If yes, please show a green emotion cards. Majority yes. We are proceeding with the next questions from FGC PPSF Philippines. The floor is yours. Wait, sorry. We are proceeding with NZAPSO New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. I would just like to ask, how would you deal if during your mandate there was unresponsive member organizations or member organizations that didn't submit a report or a good enough report? Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. Ms. Evelyn, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, and ZAPSO New Zealand. So this has always been a major problem as an RRO. And first, for the unresponsive members, we would also, as an RRO, we would have to communicate with them from all of the platforms available, not only email, because we know that emails, not a lot of people are familiarized with using emails. So we have to use other platforms such as social media, Instagram, Line, WhatsApp, everything to reach these member organizations. And if the CP is unresponsive, we can then approach the chairperson of or the president of the organization or other members of the organization that we can reach, and then they will connect us to the CP. And regarding the reports, if it is unsatisfactory, then we, as an RO, we have to first give our suggestions on how they can implement or improve the project report.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, and thanks for the question. Maybe I would like to highlight three main channels that I'm going to use to overcome this issue. Firstly, in contacting through social media, especially social media, from email or quickly, social media. Now, the FFF, and also if it's still unresponsive, maybe we would like to try the private channel, I mean like private social media, like directly to the CP or the president of that angle. In the current situation, we actually have this unresponsive MO that has been affected with this channel. So I have taken an option, that is by contacting the Farmers Association that also includes the students, that's the student association in the organization. So we're not contacting the entire organization, I'm contacting the university organization because for the case of
Thank you, Mr. Gava, for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to the new questions from FJCBP Asia Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Josh from FJC Asia Philippines. I'd just like to ask what would be your approach to helping the MOs who were inactive during this mandate to become more active for the next mandate and to ensure that they will be able to pass the reports for the next mandate, hopefully to not lose their membership. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Passing it back to you.
Thank you for your comments. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Ms. Gava, the floor is yours. Clarification? From where? Oh, from Gava.
Yep. Can I
Oh, yes. Clarification, Gava?
Thank you, Chair. So, if you ask the FGPH to repeat the question because wasn't clear and my info. Thank you.
Just a reminder that we have a technical support with our RWG has sent the questions to your chat box to streamline the re-election. All good? All right. Now I'd like to resume the questions, passing the floor to Mr. Gava.
Thank you for the report and thank you for the question. Maybe for this situation, I think my approach to that will be the same with the unresponsive MO. I need to add that second channel that I was talking about is to contacting the parent organization of the student association. And the last question is to visit them in person, to contact them, to approach them physically, because I believe that the main communication of human beings is involved in person. I think that will help them to become more active and have a home loop membership. And also I would like to contact them through the main channel of the social media. Maybe that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. Ms. Evelyn, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, FJCPPHA Philippines. So in my mandate, I will be implementing first one-on-one meetings for these unresponsive member organizations. After getting their contact information and after regaining contact with them, I believe that for unresponsive members, we need to be more personal with them. Hence, one-on-one meetings is my answer to this question. So we can acquire what their problems is and why they're not active in IPSF, and we can try to solve them together with these organizations. And secondly, I have APRO mentorship program in my plans where new member organizations and also previously inactive member organizations, they can come into the APRO mentorship program, and we have 1 month of trainings where we can give them, again, the basics of IPSF, the basics of becoming a CB, and they can then familiarize themselves again with APRO. And also after that, they can do inter-association collaboration with 2 months of project planning and project implementation. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to the next question from BMFFUI Indonesia.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Nadine from BMFFUI. I would like to ask the candidates, since you're both from the internal committee, how can you make sure that you can guide the external committees, especially the subcommittees? Thank you so much. Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, BMFFUI Indonesia. So I have had previous experiences in external relations as well, as it is mentioned in my nomination forms. I have acquired several internships and also partnerships with different brands and also hospitals and pharmacies in Indonesia, and I think that's the basics and start of an external relations, and also how to basically guide the external relations. I know that my experience is lacking in IPSF, hence that is the reason why we should communicate with our past RROs as well, and ask for input from them, and how we can basically guide and lead the external relations better as an RRO. That would be my answer. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the question. For me, first of all, I would like to introduce RRO for how we're going to maintain the external committee and the external relations within the portfolio. Secondly, with my experience as external committee and IPSF Global, which I also had the chance to contact and to negotiate, also to make perspectives to support the IPSF Fair Exhibition. And also, I have experience from SUCAP and with the because I serve as external coordinators. Within my portfolio, I need to exert the negotiation and also communication skill to finally maximizing the potential that we have. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from BMFF UNAIR. Technical? Technical is this symbol. We have a technical for BMFFUE.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Nadine from BMFFUI. Is it possible if we have water in the room, please? There's no water.
Water?
Thank you.
We ask. We have asked. We will fasten it.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you for the technical.
Passing the floor.
We gotta keep hydrated. Now, the floor is towards BMFF UNAIR.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Yoga from BMFF Indonesia here. I would like to ask regarding the RRO portfolio. There is two sides of it, the internal and external relations. Which one do you think is more important for APRO? Thank you so much. Giving the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. confirming with the technical, we have sent the questions. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava.
Thank you for the thank you very for the question. For me, both subcommittees and both feel to save and to take forward because in my opinion, like again, provide program is to really budget like that. We can't do other things without the other. So like yeah, philosophy, in my opinion. And that's what makes this portfolio really special because we need to balance in both the internal and external outcomes to finally exerting the maximum potential that I got. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to assess the floor. If you would like to add another 10 minutes to the election. If so, please show yes. We have a majority yes, 1 no. Proceeding with 10 more minutes. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, BMFF Junior Indonesia. So, again, I'm sorry, can I get confirmation on the question?
Clarification from the nominee, Mr.
Can I have a repeat of the question?
Could you have the repeat of the questions? I believe the question was, how can you make sure you can guide the external committee, especially because of... Oh, you didn't type? Oh, sorry. All right, the question was regarding the portfolio. Which one is more important for APRO?
Internal or external?
External or internal?
Okay, thank you for...
Yes, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question. So, I believe that they both are equally important, and there is no way to basically say which one should we prioritize over the others, because we need both of them to have like a working organization. But if you do want me to choose, then I would say it's the internal relations, because again, we are representing member organizations, we are representing you guys, and you are the focus of this organization itself. And if you don't conduct the internal relations properly, then who are we representing again? So my main focus would be on the internal relations side, but again, I believe that external
Thank you
relations
for your
is also
answers.
important.
Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from HMF APITB. Further questions? The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Aulia from HMF APITB. I would like to ask for both delegates, what is your first action plan to increase the exposure and involvement of smaller member organizations, associations in IPSF? Thank you, Chair, for the floor.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the question, HMF ITB. So for this problem, as a previous CP, I've also encountered this because my organization does not have a high amount of members. Again, the solution would be training and development of the CPs itself, because they're the main contact person and the main channel to that member organization. So training and developing them is the main priority for an RO. Hence, my projects such as APRO mentorship program that I have mentioned. I've only mentioned the 1 month training, but we will have 2 months of project implementation where the MOs can collaborate with other members of the APRO mentorship program to conduct collaboration projects where they can then upload it and promote their projects in the IPSF APRO Instagram account. So these member organizations will then be guided by the other member organizations in the program.
Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. And thank you, IMF for the question. For me, it would be the one-on-one meeting, because for me, I need to know the downside of them, like why they, what is what it means to them, like their obstacle can become to maybe collaborate. Because in this one-on-one meeting, I would like to enhancing the collaboration, the inter-association collaboration, because by that you can eventually elevate the smaller MO potential by collaborating with the, I won't say the bigger one, but with the more established MO. So that's my first action plan. And the things that will follow, like we can add another meeting to support that. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from INSAPSO New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I'm Naomi from IPSF New Zealand. I would like to question on how you plan on increasing the number of new memberships, specifically with regards to Fiji. Currently, we've increased our memberships, and it's always important to look into the future, into growth, and help support as many pharmacy students in the Asia Pacific region as possible. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the point regarding the Fiji situation, in my opinion, because I already acquired the information that within Fiji they have no undergraduate credit score of pharmacy. They only have educational pharmacy, and I think that is going to be a problem with it. Obviously, I guess that it needs to be at least undergraduate to apply for it, I guess. Maybe we can more get involved in this region by being the RO and then asking for maybe to start the individual product application, but with also with according to IPSF, and also with by the content of IPSF. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, and IPSF New Zealand. So regarding this question, first of all, during the researching for new members, we usually search for for the national organization if they do have one. But if they don't, we usually approach the local organizations, so student associations. And if they don't have that either, IPSF APRO can help them and guide them in creating a student association so they can have their voices heard in IPSF APRO. And usually the problem is that they don't know the benefits of joining APRO and joining IPSF. So first we would have to give them a preliminary meeting where me as an RO, we can give them the basics of what it would give them to join IPSF APRO, because if we only reach out to them without giving the benefits, then there would be no incentive to join IPSF. So that would be my plan of action, and that is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from KNAP's Republic of Korea. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Jian Han, KNAP's Korea. My question is, how would you respect the full member organization if there is a member and associate from the same country who wants to get the full membership? Thank you. Now I pass the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, KNAP's Korea. So regarding this problem, as I've mentioned previously, there are 3 criteria we look for in a full member. So first of all, it's the number of members, and then second of all, it's the financial stability and the activeness within IPSF. However, if a national organization is already holding the full member status, it is unideal to have an MIA apply also for that application. And then, if that's the problem, both MOs should be, we should conduct a meeting with both MOs to basically reason out why the MO currently holding the full member is the better option for the country. This is something that we have to do because the perception of each member organization might be different, and we have to assimilate both of those perceptions to have
Thank
a better.
you for your answers. Now I will pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the report and thank you Kaynaps for the question. For me, to approach a member if there's the membership after, first, firstly I would like to recognize you on this because, in my opinion, I also in the same direction as IPSF spirit. Everyone is welcome at IPSF, and therefore, everyone is accepted to apply membership at IPSF. Maybe the problem that we might encounter in the process if they're applying for the same membership, for instance, like MIA wants to apply for membership, maybe you can evaluate as for previous question, maybe we can evaluate and then we can conduct meetings and then we can eventually decide with the approval from both member organization to decide which organization should become the FM based on the criteria given earlier.
Thank you for your answer.
Thank you.
Now proceeding with a direct from a delegate from Kaynaps Republic of Korea.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I have a direct comment about how are you going to resolve if there is if the two like the full member and the upcoming MIA do not agree like between these two associations. Thank you.
Just to confirm if they are both nominees heard the questions and clear. Okay, we are waiting for the typers. All clear? The time's up, but I would like to assess the floor if you would like to add another 5 minutes to the election. We are now having 5 minutes. Now the floor is yours, Gava.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the direction. So about the situation there are two members of the MIA. Actually, we need to look at the measurement themselves. I can give an example from what happened in 2022 when I was applying for the membership at MIA. It was during the assembly and they asked me as one of the nation delegates, why should we accept MIA from Indonesia? Then I can explain because Indonesia is really enormous and we have like the most populous country in the world. I think we have other external factors that support to acceptance up to two member become MRA. But once again, we have to look for the statistics itself. I mean, like maybe for small country, we might not be able to accept both members become MRA.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to points of information. Oh, technical.
Thank you for the floor to motions committee. It's kind of hard to make out what the candidate is saying online. Thank you.
Mr. Gava, I'd like to ask if you could readjust your microphone again.
Can you hear my voice clearly now? Hello?
Yes or no? The floor? We still have some no. Gava, do you have any source? Do you have other source of
How about now?
Can you keep saying things? You can say hello 1 2 3 4 5.
Hello 1 2 3 4 5. How about now?
Green.
Hello 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5.
Just want to confirm with
How about
NZAPS.
now?
Just want to confirm with NZAPS or New Zealand if you cannot hear. Okay. All good now.
Okay.
We are going to proceed with repeating with the questions. A direct from Kaynaps. The direct is how are you going to reach out if there's a two-member organization becoming MIA? Ms. Gava, the floor is yours. 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Chair, for the
Clarification from
the situation.
Gava, sorry, we have a clarification from KNAPS. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I would like to clarify that my direct comment was about how to help out to make an agreement if the full member organization and another MIA from the same country do not make an agreement between those two. Is that?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
My question is, if there is a full member organization and also another MIA from the same country, and then those two associations do not make an agreement on their own, then how the RO is going to help out to make an agreement?
Can I?
Yes, please. Thank you for your clarification. Now we need a clarification from Evelyn.
So to make sure, the agreement.
Please address the questions to me. Thank you.
Oh, so it's a question regarding the agreement between the MIA wants to become a full member. Is that correct? Is that the question?
I believe what I heard, just to clarify with everyone, is that if the country has one full member and the other member in association, how would you encourage if they don't have an agreement between them by themselves? So as an RRO, how would you facilitate the conversation between them in regards of their MOU? Is the question clarified?
So it's the.
Please ask for clarification.
Clarification. So the agreement is regarding the MIA wanting to become a full member, correct? If I'm not wrong, the first question was regarding that.
Please say thank you to the chair and
thank you for the chair.
That's all right. I'd like to confirm if KNAP South Korea, Republic of Korea would like to clarify.
Thank you, Chair, the floor, and I'm so sorry, but can you repeat the question?
Ms. Evelyn, please repeat your questions.
So I would like to clarify if the agreement between the MIA and the full member is regarding the MIA wanting to become a full member, correct? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that. Confirming with KNAP's Republic of Korea if that was clear. Yes. Therefore, I would like to ask if Mr. Gava, the question was clear to you as well? Yes. Proceeding with the technical issues, now we are passing the floor to Mr. Gava to answer that direct questions. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor and thank you for regarding the question about the agreement. Maybe our
Gava, sorry, technical one more time.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, this is good. Could you remain in this position and answer the question one more time? The timer will start once you answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chair, for the and thank you for clarifications from KNAP's Republic of Korea regarding the situation. Actually, within the IPSF, but from the regional office, we experienced this situation. But I would say the country, but at the end of the day, they managed to finally agree on certain things because the organization itself is different apparently. And from that point of view, maybe we can encourage the MIA to apply because that organization to apply for MIA because we need to see the first of all the constitution itself as related to IPSF membership. We need to see the constitution itself and we can compare actually for both constitutions. So there need to be review to be done from the internal side of IPSF. I mean like with the RWG maybe, of course with the opinion from RO, regarding situations, but also we need to ask both respective member organizations why they refuse the one's application. Also we can encourage them.
Thank you for your answers, Mr. Gava.
Yep.
The time has passed. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn.
Thank you.
The floor is yours. Tama, please.
Thank you for the floor, Chairperson, and thank you for the confirmation, KNAPS Korea. So regarding this, first of all, we would still have to analyze both member organizations regarding the criteria I have mentioned beforehand. And then during conducting one-on-one meetings with both organizations present, and if they don't come to an agreement, if the current member that is holding the full membership status and they are the correct organization that suits those criteria, then as an RO, I would reject the application from the MIA because again, we have to provide a peaceful environment in IPSF APRO, and having an MIA that does not fulfill the criteria of a full membership, applying for a full membership does not mean that will not make a peaceful environment within those two countries in IPSF APRO. Hence, as an RO.
Thank you so much. The time's up. Now I'd like to go back to the new comment from we have three remaining questions for the open discussion for the new comments. I just would like to assess the floor again if we are going to add another 5 minutes. If yes, please show green. We have 2 no and 3 no, the majority green, so we are going to add another 5 minutes to the open discussion. Now I'd like to pass the floor to the delegate from FJC PHA Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Joshua from FJC PHA Philippines. So both of the candidates mentioned supporting the APPS for the upcoming mandate. So I'd like to ask them specifically for the sponsorships and partnerships, how we would support the APPS considering they have a very limited timeline as compared to previous APPS teams. Thank you so much, Chair, for the floor.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn for your answers.
Okay, thank you for the floor, Chair, and thank you for the question, FJC PPHA Philippines. First of all, for external and partnerships, we usually have to make a prospectus first, and as an RO, it is my duty to guide them in creating that prospectus. And after that, I will, as an RO, connect them with the partnerships IPSF APRO currently has within the region, and also help them in communicating with the partnerships itself and conducting meetings between the APPSRC, the partnerships and the partners, and also the RRO, so we can have an introduction meeting first regarding IPSF, and then we can introduce them to APPS and the APPS prospectus to guide them and help them in acquiring partnerships. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, FGC Philippines, for the question. For that question, I would like to start by saying that as an RO, I would definitely help APPS conduct this sponsorship because first of all, from the external graduate subcommittee, I can make a calculation of what the database to create a database from the previous mandates of sponsorship that we have, the existing sponsorship, and maybe we can ask the sponsors, maybe we can how most support the APPS. And this also applies to GPA actually. Apart from that, we can also guide them in creating good perspectives, maybe more like good perspectives as in for the negotiation, and also to help them with the negotiation itself, because as I'm saying,
thank you for your answers, Mr. Gava.
Yep,
now
thank you.
I'd like to pass the floor to a delegate from HMF APITP. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Aulia from HMF APITB. I would like to ask for both candidates, how do you plan to assist the full member and MIA memberships of the MOs to IPSF APRO? Thank you. Yes.
Just would like to ask if you could repeat the question one more time.
Okay. So how do you plan to assist the full members and MIA memberships of the MOs to IPSF APRO? exactly?
Confirming with the nominees if you understand the questions. Yes or no? Just thumbs up and down. Down. Gava, did you understand the questions? How do you plan to assist full member and MIA membership application to IPSF?
Yes.
Could you clarify in regards of assisting if it's about in the situation that MIA is interested in applying for full member and also new organization that would like to be part of IPSF? How would the nominees would like to proceed and help with these interests, if that's correct?
Yes, regarding the applications.
Right, I believe it's clear. Could I get the thumbs up from both nominees if you understand the questions? All right, now we are proceeding with the answers from Mr. Gava. Are you all right, Mr. Gava?
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Chair, for the floor.
Give me 1 second. The time's up again. Since we have three questions remaining, I would like to assess the floor if you would like to add 10 minutes to the election. We got the majority green. We are now adding 10 minutes to the election time. Mr. Gava, the floor is yours. Technical?
Can I please have a chair, please?
Scrutiny, if you could bring the chair to the nominee, please. Technical assisted. Now we are passing the floor to Mr. Gava to answer the question. Repeating one more time. How are you planning to assist those who have, could we have the parliamentary system back? How would you assist those who MIA who are interested in applying as full member and those new member organizations who would like to be new members for IPSF regarding their membership application in becoming the members of IPSF? Thank you. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you. I'm for the question. Regarding the assistance or am I applying for an app? I think we need to evaluate first the activeness and the responsiveness of the MOL and also the membership also the membership and things about that. Because in order to fulfill the requirement to fulfill the three requirements at least. And for the members of the organization who would like to apply for MIA, maybe we can help them and translate maybe like the process will take months. For those months, we can assist them in constituting the constitution and also the things that require as stated by IPSF.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to technical. We are waiting for Mr. Galva to come back alive. Can you pause the time? Yes, okay. Mr. Galva, you went missing. We are giving you 15 seconds. Clarification. We lost you somewhere. In this regard, could you repeat the last 15 seconds of your answers? Mr. Gava, you were having a technical, that's why we couldn't hear the last 15 seconds. So if you could repeat the last 15 seconds. Clarification.
Sure, thank you. If I might ask, what's the Philippines? I mean, like, what was the last time I speaking about? Because I done exactly like seconds.
Mr. Gaba, if I could ask you to readjust your microphone, please.
Yep. How about now?
Good. What was your clarification again?
Chair, maybe if I might ask, like, what was the last time I was speaking about? Because I start from exactly where I stopped speaking. I respect. Thank you. I mean, like, where was I?
I couldn't hear the MIA membership.
The last we got a confirmation from the minuting team that the last thing you discussed was about membership.
MIA membership. MIA membership.
You were saying evaluating the activeness and responsiveness of the for the membership. All right, 15 seconds.
Thank you, Chair. If I may continue. And to fulfill those three requirements as stated by President document to my application for an app. For MI itself, maybe we need to assist from translating constitution and also things that are also stated by IPSF APRO so that they get prepared enough to eventually applying for IPSF membership and give a presentation in front of GA.
15 seconds over.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn since he has 10 seconds over. I'm going to give you 1 minute and 10 seconds as well. Thank you.
Thank you for the floor, Chairperson, and thank you for the question. So regarding this, we would first have to assess their suitability for the membership status that they are applying for, whether it's membership, whether it's full member or MIA. And if they do fulfill those criteria, we can then move forward with them. Usually the first thing we do is conducting meetings with the applying members. So we would give them a brief, basically explanation of the whole application process, and then we would then guide them in completing their constitution, their application forms for the membership, and also implementing CP and SEOs for the new MIAs if they haven't been in IPSF before. And then for MIAs, we would also have another meeting with the full member if they do have a full member currently in IPSF, and agree upon whether the full member is allowing the new MIA to join IPSF, and that their environment within IPSF would be a peaceful environment where they can work together. Hence, this would be the plans or initiatives.
Thank you for your answers. Now both delegates have answered the questions to HMF IPITB. I would like to pass the floor to a delegate from INSAPSO New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. I don't have a question. I just wanted to compliment you both on how well you've handled these questions. Even us sitting down who don't have to answer everything are feeling tired. You've done amazingly and you have both spoken so well. I just wanted to congratulate you, and I hope that you feel confident and have a sense of accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment, a very positive one. Now we would like to pass the floor to a delegate from IPSF India. The floor is yours for the question.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Purvi, IPSF India. My question to you guys is, how are you planning improvements and advancements in the regional relations functioning, considering specifically the standards set by the current RRO in work efficiency? Thank you so much for the floor.
Could you repeat the question one more time?
Hello. Yeah. Thank you for the floor, Chair. My question is, how are you planning improvements and advancements in the regional relation working, specifically considering the standards set by the current RRO in work efficiency? Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. I'm repeating the questions. Considering the work of the current RRO and the standard that have been practicing, What can you see as an improvement? Now I would like to pass the floor to Ms. Evelyn for your answers.
Thank you for the floor, Chairperson, and thank you for the question. So regarding this, what improvements can we make within the next mandate? So first of all, I've mentioned the task delegation can be improved. However, I have explained that, so I will continue on. So the next would be basically supporting the memberships in IPSF for countries that do not have a full member yet, but they do have an MIA in IPSF. I would encourage them to apply for the full membership, because then their voices would be finally heard in the regional assembly as well. And that is my main improvement that I'm trying to do in the next mandate. And by doing that, I believe that we can improve our advocacy for more pharmacy students in the region. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. If you could check your microphone before speaking.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. Can you hear me clearly?
Green? All good?
Yep. Okay.
Proceeding with your answer, please.
Thank you, IPSF APRO, for the question regarding the question
We have technical.
improve the ranking.
We have technical. Could you try speaking one more time?
Yep. Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Can you hear me clearly?
All good now?
Okay. And thank you, IPSF APRO, for the question about to improve, what to improve, and your work, especially considering our efficiency. Well, for me, in my plan, that I would like to improve, firstly, like that case, the Google Drive itself, because by using the Google Drive, we can more efficiently in conducting duties that has been given to the CP, and also in accordance to the CB, other activity other than as a CP. If we can help them to manage them efficiently, more efficiently, I think it will be beneficial to CP. That particular thing hasn't been done yet during this meeting. And also, I would like to delegate more, especially in South, both agricultural and compiling for the
Time's up. Thank you for your answer, Mr. Gava. Now we have a direct from Ensapso, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Amy from Ensapso, New Zealand. My direct comment is on the task delegation that was mentioned earlier. I just want some clarification that you can both do around that. Like such as what tasks need to be delegated, and what is the most efficient way to delegate them. Is that a direct? No.
So two questions. It's a direct, but could you combine?
What tasks need to be delegated? Thank you.
Confirming to both the nominees that we are asking regarding the tasks from the standard of what the RO are doing right now that should be delegated to someone else. So in this regard, I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Gava. Before speaking, we just want to confirm your microphone one more time.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. Can you hear my voice clearly right now?
Could you keep saying something?
Test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Green, go, please, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the floor. And thank you, MSO, for the recommend. For the delegation itself, I mentioned earlier. Maybe if I may continue for the external subcommittee. In regard to external subcommittee, maybe just to restrict to the compiling the database and maybe creating an email body, because for the communication itself, we use email as communication, as it's also as our official communication with export. So we to communicate with export, we need to use the official RO email, and that email only can be opened by me. So maybe I would like to delegate any other tasks that can be done, except communication. This is also to create the sense of this future RRO stuff, because if we involve the subcommittee more, maybe like obviously in regards to IPSF documents, and like they will get the sense of belonging to IPSF. Thus also to create the extra respect itself, and also for the internal subcommittee, maybe we can just improving what we're doing right now, especially for the fast delegation, like from CP cluster.
Thank you for your answers.
Not for one meeting. Thank you.
Time's up. Assessing the floor, we would like to add another. Could I check if how many new comment we have? We still have 2 new comments and 1 comment, 1 direct comment. All right, assessing the floor. I don't know whether if this is a yes to 5 or 10, but we already have no one yes. So I'm starting with 10 minutes first. So now you can make a decision. Would you like to add 10 minutes to the election? Points of information?
Moises IPSF APRO Secretary, just to remind the Assembly that we still have UOPMSU Myanmar's a report, financial report, RMPO report, the policy declaration, the resolution for global as well. So just to remind you that we still have many motions that we have to discuss in this assembly to guide you more if you want to extend the time. Thank you.
But just to confirm that these, if ever we don't finish, we'll go online where you all will be presenting with us again. So the time will be spent regardless of the location. So 10 minutes is a no, 5 minutes please. We got more no, so we are proceeding with Ms. Evelyn answering the last question, the last direct from SAPSO New Zealand, and we will be closing the floor for discussion. Thank you.
Thank you for the floor, Chairperson, and thank you for the direct comment and SAPSO New Zealand. So regarding this, as an internal sub-coordinator, I was handed the task of communicating and task delegating between the RRO and also the subcommittees. But as I've seen that we chose the the subcommittees that leads the projects. The subcommittees got the chance to choose themselves. And I think when we did it, when we finally conducted the projects, it wasn't very efficient. So in my mandate, I would then do the task delegation myself as an RRO. So I would delegate the task assisting according to their interest in their subcommittees. So in either they're interested in which projects, I would take that into considerations in task delegation. So that was what I meant regarding the task delegating. And by doing this, I believe that the subcommittees would then handle projects that are more alike to their strength points, and that is why task delegating should be the RRO's decision, in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now we are concluding the open discussion. We are closing the floor for discussion. I would like someone to proceed, and if you could if you could ask Ava to be in the waiting room, and also someone taking our nominee to the closed area.